Brussels must move further before Brexit trade talks can resume, Boris Johnson's chief negotiator today warned. Lord Frost insisted there was still no basis for new negotiations despite Michel Barnier's offer to intensify the negotiations and work on a legal text setting out the terms of a deal. Downing Street said talks between the pair were constructive, but insisted there must be a fundamental change in approach from the European Union. A Number 10 spokesman said, the UK has noted the EU's proposal to genuinely intensify talks, which is what would be expected at this stage in a negotiation. However, the UK continues to believe there is no basis to resume talks unless there is a fundamental change of approach from the EU. This means an EU approach consistent with trying to find an agreement between sovereign equals and with acceptance that movement needs to come from the EU side as well as the UK. The two teams agreed to remain in close touch. Brussels insiders said Mr. Barnier was given permission to compromise amid fears any prolonged delays in the wrangling over an EU-UK trade deal would see both sides run out of time. The shift from Brussels came after a telephone call with UK negotiator Lord Frost. The EU believes it is vital to resume negotiations in London this week if they are to conclude a deal before the end of the Brexit transition period on December 31. One source said, "We don't have the luxury to have this thing dragging on, we should get back to the substance as soon as possible." And European Commission Vice President Maroš Šefčovič, who met Mr. Gove in London on Monday for a meeting of the Brexit Joint Committee, said the bloc was ready to work on a good agreement for both parties. He said, "It has to be a fair agreement for both sides, we are not going to sign an agreement at any cost. The European Union is ready to work until the last minute for a good agreement for both parties." Downing Street stressed that if no deal is in place by the end of the year, when the current transition arrangements end, the UK will not return to the negotiating table in 2021. Michael Gove warned only a fundamental change in approach from the bloc would get the talks back on track. Mr. Gove insisted the government is still absolutely committed to securing an agreement on future relations but not at any cost. He said, "Come what may, on December 31 we will take back control."